Minneapolis is once again the scene of a tense and chaotic law enforcement incident involving federal immigration officers. On Wednesday evening, US time, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents shot a man in the leg during an enforcement operation in North Minneapolis. The Department of Homeland Security said the shooting stemmed from a targeted traffic stop at around 6:50 p.m. local time, when an ICE agent was attempting to apprehend a Venezuelan national. According to DHS, the suspect fled on foot after crashing his vehicle, resisted arrest, and assaulted the officer. Two other people allegedly came out of a nearby apartment and attacked the agent with a snow shovel and a broom handle. Federal officials said the officer fired defensive shots and struck the man in the leg. Both the agent and the shot suspect were taken to hospital. Now, a crowd quickly gathered near the scene, and authorities used chemical irritants and crowd control measures as tensions rose. And tensions have escalated since word of the shooting has spread. These scenes you're seeing come from the hours after, as protesters and ICE officers face off against each other. And another video has come to light, which has been shared by a politician and shown on US news services. It purports to show the family of the man shot calling 911, and it looks to be real. And what you'll see is English subtitles translating what is being said.
Miguel, quítate de ahí. Quítate de ahí. ¿Qué personas le dispararon? ¿Quiénes le dispararon? Y venían persiguiendo a mi marido hace como media hora, lo estaban tratando de chocar. Y llegó a la casa y como le cerramos la puerta, le dispararon. They were following my husband and they hit his vehicle and we closed the door of them and they shot. Marica, me da miedo, quemame la ventana.
Voy a decir algo. Si no hubiese visto ni él, nunca me hubiese agarrado. Ni que quiera. No hubiese pasado nada.
Y el carro, están aquí abajo afuera tratando de entrar a la casa. Por favor, necesitamos ayuda.
Que me pongas ahí para yo enseñarlo, para que venga la persona y nos ayude.
Sí, en este momento están afuera de la casa tratando de entrar. Están abriendo un carro. ¿Ese es el suyo?
¿Cuál?
Están abriendo un carro en la parte de atrás.
Sí, es el mío.
Mi marido también lo golpearon.
No es el mío. El teléfono que
¿En qué parte del cuerpo le dispararon a él? En la pierna. Dile que dispararon una puerta.
This is a city on high alert, and the mayor came out, Jacob Frey, and he didn't hold back regarding how ICE is affecting his city.
There's still a lot that we don't know at this time, but what I can tell you for certain is that this is not sustainable. This is an impossible situation that our city is presently being put in. And at the same time, we are trying to find a way forward to keep people safe, to protect our neighbors, to maintain order. And we're in a position right now where we have residents that are asking the very limited number of police officers that we have to fight ICE agents on the street, to stand by their neighbors. We cannot be at a place right now in America where we have two governmental entities that are literally fighting one another. Why are we put in this position? We're put in this position because we have approximately 600 police officers in Minneapolis, far fewer that are able to work at any given time. And there are approximately 3,000 ICE agents in the area. 3,000. The 600 police officers that we have are charged on any given day with investigating crime, stopping homicides from taking place, preventing carjackings. That's the work of a police officer in a city. Meanwhile, we have ICE agents throughout our city and throughout our state who, along with Border Control, are creating chaos.
You can see there's a lot of emotion behind that. And that's a really interesting figure, isn't it? 600 police officers and 3,000 ICE agents have come into their city, and more are on the way. Donald Trump, his government has said they're sending more ICE agents. They want to take control of this, but we just keep seeing these scenes. The city is protesting, and I'll get to why they're protesting and what we should think about it, or what I think about it, in just a moment. It's worth noting this comes exactly 1 week after a federal immigration agent fatally shot 37-year-old Renee Good in Minneapolis. It was a separate incident that ignited protests, political backlash, and calls for an independent investigation. I've shown you this footage before, but the investigation seems to be happening. The only investigation seems to be happening against Good's wife, the lady you're about to see on the screen now. And no investigation is happening against the ICE agent. At the very least, whenever there is a fatal shooting, there should be an investigation against the officer involved, whether it's a police officer, whether it's an ICE agent. There are two separate rules here, and that seems to be one of the problems here. And that is the moment Renee Good lost her life. Minnesota leaders have demanded federal accountability, and legal and civil rights figures say this string of incidents raises questions about ICE tactics and transparency, and they have a point. Now, I am all for following the rule of law. When I've seen people attack police officers, anyone who's watched this program, I will be on the side of the police. But respecting the rule of law is a two-way street. We respect our police officers because they respect the law. And that is the rule, the unwritten rule we have. The problem we have here with ICE is they're not respecting the rule of law. They're covering their face. There's no identification. They're not showing papers for their actions. They are literally, there's no signage. They are literally walking on the street and taking people. What's to stop a person dressing up as ICE and terrorizing people? And what's happening? The scenes we're seeing every day, people who don't have papers on them are being treated like criminals. It is like Nazi Germany with the Gestapo going through. ICE agents have to show a duty of care for the law. But what we're seeing here is that people are being trained before they're vetted. They can't even pass an open book test. The test to become an ICE agent is an open book test, and people are still failing it. You can literally look up the answers, and they can't even do that. There's no proper training here. This is why the police officers that are in Minneapolis and around the world have better training than these ICE agents. But these ICE agents have more power than police ever do. And they are backed up to the hilt. Whenever something happens, the Department of Homeland Security will not accept that ICE agents did anything wrong. There's no accountability. We will not admit a mistake was made, because mistakes will happen. An ICE agent will go too far. Whatever you think of what happened with Renee Good, it got out of control and there should be an investigation. But what happened? ICE went in, they've moved him, he is protected. Now, on one hand, I get the protection of ICE agents. They are doing a job and they shouldn't be doxxed, and people, because they don't like what ICE is doing, shouldn't be outing people and demanding civil disobedience and coming after them. But that's, again, a two-way street. The ICE agents have to be doing the right thing. And from everything I'm seeing, there's a lot going wrong, and a lot of times where I think these ICE agents are acting illegally. America has become a sad, sorry state of affairs. I don't like what I'm seeing in this country that I've always admired. Yes, I've always thought the guns are out of control, but this is next level. The Handmaid's Tale had it wrong. The Handmaid's Tale believed that America would become enclosed and would not go after anyone else. Well, America's now not only going after the world, which I'll get to in a moment, they're going after their own.
McKnight tonight. McKnight tonight. McKnight tonight.